hang tight, we've got some hard weather coming in. Wonder what we'll find up here. I think I'm going to thrash Tom.
We did.
Let me go!
So now is probably a good time to tell you what we're up to in the near future.
Hi everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Lost in Transit. We're Tom and Iz. A couple of years ago, we decided to do up an old Ford Transit, move into it, and disappear into the great outdoors. After fitting out the van and escaping lockdowns, we are finally living van life. Come along for the ride as we attempt to live, work, and play in a tiny space together while travelling the world.
Having spent 3 months in Scotland, we crossed the Irish Sea to Ireland. This series we'll be following the wild Atlantic Way along some of the most spectacular scenery in the world.
Now that was refreshing. The sky's looking really weird today. It's like black in some places, about to rain, and then got glorious blue skies in other parts. So I'm making the most of this burst of sunshine to dry off from my swim. Definitely feel good after getting in the water this morning. We've got a fun-filled day planned today. If Tom's cut it out in the previous vlogs, I've been trying to get it in each vlog. This is my new favourite possession, my Guinness mug. I'm going to treasure it. Great cup of tea mug for the morning. I'm going to get this van all ship shape. Whip us up a quick sausage sarnie and we'll be on our way today. Noticing a change in the landscape down on the south coast compared to the west coast. It's a lot less rugged, a lot more green fields, and it feels like there's a bit more wealth down here. I could be wrong, but that's what we're getting the vibe of. It feels more mild as well in this weather, would you say?
Yeah, it's hard to say because we've only experienced it like this, but yeah, I imagine it is a bit more mild, right? Although we have had a pretty wild night last night.
Yeah, that's true. We've just arrived at Cobh, and it's a very narrow potholey road to get down here.
And hard to turn around.
And no space to turn, so wouldn't come down it. Uh-oh. We're just getting a bit stuck on a pothole there. There was really, really bad pothole. I would not come down anything bigger than what we've got.
Even that?
Probably wouldn't recommend.
Driver.
Yeah. But we've seen the waves. They are enormous. They're crashing over the rocks. It's proper stormy, so we'll go and have a look.
While we've been travelling around, I do quite a lot of research about the places we're going to visit, and what I do is I save all the locations as pins on Google Maps. So I read books, I watch videos, and look at websites and stuff. Make a big list of everywhere we want to go, and we also get loads of recommendations and tips from local people. Particularly here in Ireland we've had it, so a big thank you to all those guys. I don't know if this was one I found or one we got from a tip, but if so, thank you.
Wow, look at the foam party! The waves are wild today. I can't believe I went in the sea. I would not have gone in here. It's dangerous here. I said it before, I'll say it again. Just love watching stormy waves.
So before we come here, I looked at some pictures on Google Images, and they're all on like a clear blue day with like crystal clear water, and it looks so like tropical here. It's pretty different today, wild and filled with sea foam and big waves.
But it's still pretty wild. Country bumpkins us on our first big road in months. City of Cork is on our left and we're avoiding the city centre going into the town called Cobh. But yeah, we're on the motorway. It's all a bit exciting, isn't it? We've driven on a fast road like this in a while.
We've leapfrogged Cork City and we've arrived here at Cobh, spelt with a BH.
Right, we are going to explore this beautiful town of Cobh. We actually just checked and we can't pay because the machine's out of order, so it is meant to be €10 a night, but the machine's not working, so we tried.
Where am I? City trainers now.
Yeah.
Urban now. They ain't in the countryside anymore.
It's weird. It feels like we've come from like the really rural Wild Atlantic way to big city life.
Cobh is a really interesting place. Apparently, well, we heard this in the pub, so I haven't fact checked it, but apparently it's the second largest natural harbour after Sydney. And it is the last place that the Titanic visited before it went off.
One of the reasons we parked where we are is, number one, it's an air. So we get to use our services, empty our toilet, etc., get water. Number two, it's right by a train station, so we can get the train into Cork tomorrow. We don't have to worry about parking in the city centre, leaving our precious baby in the city centre, and also we don't have to drive in these scary roads. We're just at Cobh's Heritage Centre now. We're going to learn a little bit more about the history, and we'll find out how much it is and let you know. Thank you.
I hope Mahon has a happy ending.
So we've just bought our tickets. €12 each for the Heritage Centre in Cobh, and we've each been given a passenger name. So I'm on the Lusitania. I'm Helen Smith. Hang tight, we've got some hard weather coming in. So we've just been trying to find our characters. I haven't found mine yet, but Tom's Tom's like way ahead of me in this exhibition. I'm just reading every single sign. I'm finding it really interesting learning about like all of the emigrants from Ireland overseas during the famine, and then we've also just been learning about Titanic. We have just come out of the Heritage Centre. I will say, don't do it on an empty stomach and when you're quite tired, because it's quite a lot of information, but really interesting. I actually did really enjoy learning about it.
So many like different waves of people leaving as well, like all the way back to like Cornwall sending off people out to like the colonies, and then all the way up to the Titanic.
Just had our little picnic outside centre on the bench, baguette and hummus. We found the cathedral here in Cobh. It's a beautiful building, really grand. Wow, look at that view. Sometimes I think that maybe the jobs don't look very shared when we're in the van, but to be honest, Tom does all of the driving, all of the editing of the videos, and I'm very happy to do the washing up and make nice food. I like actually doing it. Okay, tonight's menu, I'm going to be cooking a cauliflower curry with chickpeas, tomatoes. I'll whip it all up now. I'm not really that hungry yet, but I'm going to make it now while I have the energy, and then we can eat it later. And my final wash in the sink, my hair wash, feel good for it. And the curry is amazing, it's really nice. I'm really surprised. I didn't expect it to be this good.
Isabel's like addicted to being in a rush.
Yeah, I do rush.
We've had like over an hour to get on the train, and Isabel manages to fill the time. No matter how long it is, she'll fill it, and we always have to run.
I always make one more cup of tea, it's really bad. worth the rush because I didn't even drink my tea that I made, so learned my lesson.
Have you?
We'll see.
So this behind me is the English market. This is like the main foodie spot in Cork, and it has loads of fresh meat and fish and fruit and veg as well. So we're going to have a little look around.
Wow.
So the English market has loads of fresh local produce, loads of meat and fish and fruit and veg as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's a great place to go. We didn't get anything, but we're on to our next spot now. So this is St Finbarr's Cathedral, and St Finbarr is the patron saint of Cork, apparently.
The next cafe we're going to is named after me. We're not just going to it purely for that, but we did see it was like one of the best places to get coffee in Cork, and I was drawn in by the name. So I didn't actually realise that is a Palestinian cafe, and we've ordered a manouchet spinach, a manouchet sitar, and a Palestinian coffee for two. Oh, this is good.
Palestinian food, really nice, and
Filling,
something a bit
very
different.
full,
Yeah,
very
very full. We weren't really hungry, but we saw the menu and we were like, oh, we have to get something. So yeah, we had a really big lunch, but yeah, on we go. The name Cork originally comes from the Irish Corcraig, which basically means swamp or marshland, so it was big marshy swamps. But nowadays there's lots of rivers running through and loads of bridges running over, which is quite nice.
We're on Whittlings Lane in Shandon, the historic quarter. Wonder what we'll find up here.
This is the tower of St Anne's Church, and it is known as the four-faced lyre because on this tower there are 4 clocks, one on each side, and each one tells a different time. So usually when you come here you can pay to go in and you can ring the bells here, but unfortunately the bell ringing is currently suspended, so we won't be doing that. So this cathedral is the Cathedral of St Mary and St Anne, and it's red and white and quite iconic, and the Cork sports team's playing red and white, and apparently is inspired by this building. We just don't really know what to do in cities, if we're honest. So that's the truth of it. So we would quite like to go to a pub. There's been loads of really nice bars, but it's so early.
Lots of them
Most of them,
open,
yeah, they're not even open. So if we started now, we'd be smashed. We have been making our way down the coast, and it's a glorious day today. It's been pretty windy and rainy the last few days, but today we are off on an adventure.
So we're actually currently in one of the Gaeltacht regions here, so it's an Irish-speaking town or area, and we were in a pub the other day. It was really lovely actually hearing the barman and people coming in speaking in Irish, really fascinating. We have exciting plans for next week. We actually got speaking to this barman, and he was telling us about hurling, and a few people in our comments have actually said, oh, you should go and see a hurling game, and the barman told us about a match on over in Kilkenny, and we are going to go and see that next weekend. So exciting, we've put that in. We're off to a hurling game.
We have just arrived at Mahon Falls, and we've just done a really nice drive up through the mountains.
I just noticed someone's treading mud all in here, and that's not my shoe print. steep climb up to the falls, but I recommend you get a good close up of the falls. You get to feel the power of that water crashing down. There's a big looming cloud behind us, so I think that we timed this quite well. Next stop is to a nearby beach.
I've just been feeling so tired and wiped out all week, and I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I thought it'd be worth taking a test. But it's not good, so that's a relief.
Go back to the van. We've got a new video coming out in a minute, so we're gonna go celebrate and speak to everybody in the comments. See you there. Morning everybody. We've woken up to a glorious day as the weather forecast said, and we are going to do our Greenway cycle today. We did try and do it yesterday, but there was a yellow weather warning, so today's the day, and I think we chose a good one. It's lovely. So the Greenway runs from Dungarvan to Waterford. So we're going to head to Dungarvan to rent bikes. We've seen a place that's €15 each for a bike. Not bad. We are just loving the sunshine. We're both wearing our trainers, which we never wear, and we haven't cycled in a very long time. When do you think you last cycled?
Camel Trail last summer.
So about, oh yeah, we both last cycled about 9 months ago, so let's see how those cycling legs go. I think I'm going to thrash Tom. Dungarvan is looking very beautiful. I know it's just because of the nice weather, but it's looking fine. The water's sparkling, all the parks are immaculate. We've just hired 2 adult bikes, €15 each from Mahon Cycles.
So we're now on the Greenway, which is the #1 rated thing to do in Waterford, County Waterford. And it's this really long old railway which leads all the way from Dungarvan all the way over to Waterford. We've managed to pick a really nice day to do this. Really sunny. We did.
About to go for a tunnel. Woo! This is a really cool avenue of trees. Well, oh my gosh. Oh, I nearly fell off. Did you see my wheel skid? That was a close call. Actually see in the distance Mahon Falls where we were yesterday. Looking beautiful today. Cycled halfway along the Greenway and we're going to stop in Kilmacthomas, get coffee, ice cream. I think we're just going to go to this point. We've been told this is the best part of the Greenway. We would go all the way, but I don't think we have time to get back for the bike hires because it needs to be returned by 6, and we want to enjoy ourselves in Kilmacthomas. Look, we're on this really cool viaduct. Ourselves a little cider in the sun after our bike ride. You got some chips on the way.
Israel wants to cycle onto Waterford and do the whole thing, but to be honest, I haven't ridden a bike in so long. I can already feel my bum getting bruised on the seat, so I've made us turn back. But Dungarvan looks like a really nice place to spend, oh my word, a bit of a hill, Dungarvan seems like a really nice place to spend the afternoon, so we'll probably head back and find a nice place to hang out when we're back there.
So guys, we actually only have just over a week left in Ireland. It's pretty emotional. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it so much. And it's just been more than we could ever imagined. The people, the places, the culture, the pubs, the crack.
So now is probably a good time to tell you what we're up to in the near future. So we don't have much in the calendar, but we do have one date, and that is my good friends are getting married, and they're getting married over in Estonia. So we are hoping to take the van out to Estonia and drive out there. Before we start our epic journey to Estonia, we are going to pop back to the UK and get the van its MOT and do some little jobs like treating rust, as well as show you around Cornwall, show you a little bit of home, and then we should be heading off to Estonia before too long, really. We're going to take our time to get there, travelling all through Eastern Europe and wherever we want, really. If you have any places that we need to see or suggestions of things we should go and visit in between here and Estonia, let us know. Obviously we keep an eye on the news, and Ukraine and Russia border Estonia and lots of the countries en route, so yeah, our plans could change, but for now this is what we're doing.
So it's going to be an adventure. We'll bring you along. We'll keep making these weekly vlogs, and we hope you join us. We also wanted to take this moment to say thank you to our amazing following. We would never have dreamt of having this many people want to watch us every week, and we're just so grateful for that, and we absolutely are just taken aback by the positivity and the nice comments, so we really do appreciate that, and thank you so much.
So to put it in perspective, back in November we had a target that we would try and get 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is May the 30th.
At Mahon's chatting to those guys there. They were lovely, and they've been telling us all about like other YouTube channels to check out that are doing similar adventures to us, but they were lovely in there and definitely recommend it. It's the cheapest place in Dungarvan for rental, 15 euros for a day, pretty good, and lovely friendly service.
Very nice here.
You wait there, I'm going to do a little walking shot. Wait. Wait, oh. Wait. 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 Who else is in a couple where you are the opposites? The opposites. So everyone, that's it for this week. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to stick around next week where we get to see what St. Patrick's Day is really like in Ireland. I'm sure we're going to be in for a wild one.